Okay, this is part 3. You know that Reagan was a snake oil salesman. I'm talking about President Reagan. And the U.S. Congress committed fraud when they passed the 1981 tax cuts, the biggest in U.S. history, and the 1986 Tax Reform Act. And I'm giving you the proof here. The last video, we're talking about the third year tax cuts. No, yeah, 1984. Now we're going to compare these two plans here with this chart right here. This is the next chart. Now on this side right here, these are the across-the-board 3-year 25% tax cuts that Reagan sold to the public on national TV. In 1981 was a 10-year tax cut. Everybody's supposed to, a 10% tax cut. Everybody's supposed to get a 10% tax cut, whether your income is $20,000, $350,000, $1 million. In 1983, everybody was supposed to get a 19% tax cut. In 1984, everybody was supposed to get a 23% tax cut. But the Congress did not pass this plan that the people voted in and supported on national TV. They passed this plan. I'm calling it the fraudulent Republican plan. Tax cuts passed by the U.S. Congress. Now this arrow here, red arrow, is pointing out these excessive tax cuts. Now in 1982, well, if your income was $20,000, you got the correct amount, 10.3%. But if your income was $350,000, you got an excessive tax cut of $27,752. That's 24%. Supposed to be 10%. If your income was $1 million, you got $112,000, $262 tax cut. That's excessive. That's 26.3%. Excuse me. Supposed to be 10%. Okay, 1983, same thing. If you got $20,000, average family income, you got the correct amount, 19%. But if your income was $350,000, you got an excessive tax cut of $8,632. That's 23.6%. It's supposed to be 19. Well, if your income was $1 million, you got $50,000. $303 excessive. That's 26.8%. Same in 1984 here. Well, if your income was $20,000, now all of these are taxable income. You got a tax cut of $764. That's 23.7%. If your income is $350,000, you got an excessive tax cut of $4,760. Your income is $1 million, you get an excessive tax cut of $24,128. That's 27.2%. It's supposed to be 23%. Okay. The voters approved this plan. This is the plan that was passed by Congress in the dark of the night, giving themselves and the wealthy a bigger tax cut than 25% in 3 years. These are the excessive amounts. Now we're going to go to the next chart right here. This right here is the bill. The number is House of Representatives Bill 4242. Now this gives you a composite or bird's eye view of the tax cut here. It was supposed to, across the board, cut the 1981 income tax rates 10% in 82. Cut the 1981 income tax rates 19% in 1983. Cut the 1981 income tax rates 23% in 1984. But that did not happen. These are the 1981 tax rates right here. These are the brackets. Well, you can see here in 1982 here, everybody up to 85,600 got 10% tax cut. But you can see here these top brackets here got a bigger than 10%. The 59% here got 15.3% tax cut. The 64% bracket here got 21.8%, supposed to be 10. The 68 got 26.5% tax cut, supposed to be 10. Now the 70% here got 28.6%. Now you know that 10% of 70 is 7%. 7 minus 70 is 63%. Well, it was reduced to 50. All of these brackets were reduced to 50. Now these green figures here are the correct percentages. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Same thing happened here, 1983. 3 brackets here are non-compliant with the 19% tax cut. Everybody here got a tax cut of 19% up to 109,400. Now these 3 brackets got a bigger tax cut. Now you can see here, the top bracket here, with income of 315,400 and over, the second year in a row, they get 28.6% again. Same over here in 1984. Everybody got a 23% tax cut except for people with an income of 162,400 and more. They got a bigger tax cut. 2 brackets are in non-compliance with the tax cut that Ronald Reagan sold to the public on TV, and they gave their consent of, or backing. Now, I want to read you something here. Ronald Reagan was in a something wrong with my throat right now. Was in a debate with Walter Mondale, October 7th, 1984. Now we're in this 4th year here. He's running for re-election. He's debating Walter Mondale. That happened in October. Did I tell you? October 7th, 1984. And in this debate, excuse me, something wrong with my throat. Not used to talking. Okay, now Reagan in this debate told 4 lies. Just a minute, where are we? No, let's go back here. Let's stay with this right here. I'm going to go here first. 4 Reagan lies. The first lie is, here's what he said. In the debate, we had a 25% tax cut across the board, which sustained the same progressivity of our structure and the brackets on up. Well, here are the brackets right here. These were supposed to be a 10% reduction of all these brackets on up across the board. But you can see here that 4 are in non-compliance here. They got a bigger tax cut, 1982, 3 in 1983, and in the 3rd year of the tax cut, 2 are non-compliant. They got excessive tax cuts. Now look at it. These figures are indisputable. Why is he lying? Okay, here's the second one. Reagan said this. It so happens that in the quirks of administrating these taxes, those above 50,000 actually did not get quite as big a tax cut percentage-wise as did those from 50,000 down. Now when I first read this, I had to read it again. I said, I must have read that wrong. But I checked it, and that's what it says. Read the transcript. what he's saying right here is these people with an income here, approximately 50,000 right here, he's saying these people got a smaller tax cut than these people below 50,000. We can see on this chart here that's absolutely false. It's just the opposite of what he said. 4 brackets got a bigger tax cut here. Over here the same, over here the same. How could he say that? Okay, now here's his third lie. Yes, based on dollars, those with a higher income will get a bigger tax cut. Well, it's true. You know, 10% of 10,000 is smaller than 10% of 100,000, dollar-wise. I'll agree with that. But he says, if you take it in percentages, then you find out that it's fair and equitable across the board. That part is false. It's not fair and equitable across the board because this is across the board. Each bracket gets the same percentage tax cut. It didn't happen. These people got a bigger tax cut. How could he lie? Okay, now here's the fourth lie. In the same debate, this system is still where it was with regards to progressivity. As I've said, and that has not changed, that's false. In 1984, 2 brackets still not in conformity to a 23% tax cut. The top bracket here in 1984 should have been, the correct figure here is in green, 53.9 was reduced to 50. That's 28.6%. Now they got that 3 years in a row. Now, the reason why I'm calling these lies rather than false statements, Reagan should have known that people like himself, after 3 years here, got a bigger tax cut. He was in this top bracket of 250,400 and over. He had to fill out his income taxes every year. He knows he got rather than a 10% here, he got 28.6%. Rather than 19% here, he got 28.6%. Here, he got 28.6% rather than 23%. Now, the only other reason that I can think of is that if he didn't know, it must be because he was suffering from some type of mental impairment. Now, what is next here? We're going to go, yeah, that's correct. Oh, just a minute. Are we still got time?